It's summertime, and with that comes the heat wave. Here's how to prepare for the unwelcome but unavoidable heat. First, tune into your TV or radio and listen for the latest weather forecasts. Try to stay indoors. Refrain from extreme activities, particularly the elderly or those with pre-existing health conditions. If you must go outside, walk slowly, find shade, wear light-colored, loose clothing. To avoid sunburn, protect your skin with sunscreen, wide-brimmed hats, or sun parasols. For those working outside, take frequent breaks and drink water, even if you don't feel thirsty. If you're inside, block UV rays and keep the temperature between 26 and 28 degrees Celsius. Get to know the signs of heat stroke. If you see anyone showing heat stroke symptoms, immediately call 119 or 1339, the Emergency Medical Information Center. We can't beat the summer sun, but let's do all we can to stay healthy this summer. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM, Busan영어방송.
The time is now 2 o'clock.
Welcome to BFM News at 2. I'm David Kim. A State Department spokesperson criticized North Korea for sending trash-filled balloons to South Korea, calling it a reckless and destabilizing action amid increasing concerns about their impact on public safety. Vedant Patel, a department's deputy spokesperson, commented on the situation, noting that these balloons have been found in over 3,300 locations in South Korea in recent months, including the presidential office in Seoul and Incheon International Airport. Patel said during a press briefing, quote, "It is a provocation. It is something that we find to be reckless and destabilizing and also just wholly unhelpful. Mercedes-Benz Korea Limited expressed deep regret following a parking lot fire caused by the explosion of an electric vehicle. The incident involved a white EV sedan, likely from Mercedes-Benz EQE line, which caught fire in an underground parking lot of an apartment complex in Incheon on Thursday local time. The cause of the fire remains unknown. Firefighters managed to control the flames nearly after 5 hours. Security camera footage showed smoke emerging from the car before it suddenly ignited. 16 residents, including 7 children under 10, were hospitalized for smoke inhalation, and around 70 cars in the parking lot were damaged. In local news, the Research Group for the Promotion of the Foundation Industry, a research group formed by members of the Busan City Council, aims to strengthen the competitiveness of Busan's foundation industry to revitalize the local economy. The foundation industry, which includes casting, mold making, welding, plastic processing, surface treatment, and heat treatment, forms the backbone of manufacturing competitiveness and is crucial for determining the quality competitiveness of final products in terms of performance and reliability. Despite the growing importance of the foundation industry, most companies in this field are small and lack the capacity for technological innovation to meet future demand and technological requirements. To address this, the research group held policy discussions with industry and experts last year and visited the field to listen to challenges and identify support measures for the foundation industry in Busan. Ahead of Liberation Day, the Busan Facilities Corporation announced today that it has created a Taegukgi pinwheel garden in the Sculpture Plaza area of Busan Central Park. With around 200 Taegukgi pinwheels spinning, this place serves as a space for visitors to the Liberation Memorial Hall to reflect on the meaning of liberation and to foster a love for the country. 3 people were trapped in an elevator during a power outage in the Namcheon-dong area of Busan's Suyeong district were safely rescued. According to the Busan Fire and Disaster Headquarters, around 8:13 p.m. last night, they received about 10 reports of people being trapped in elevators due to a power outage. Elevators in 2 locations, including the one for the commercial building and one for the apartment, stopped functioning, leaving 2 individuals in their 20s and one in their 40s stranded. All were successfully rescued by the fire department. In international news, recent heavy rains and floods in India have killed many people and displaced thousands. While floods are common during South Asia's monsoon season, climate change has made the rains more erratic, with intense downpours followed by dry spells. Scientists attribute worsening conditions to atmospheric rivers or flying rivers, which are bands of water vapor from warm oceans that move to cooler areas and cause heavy rainfall or snow. And now taking a quick look at the weather here. The heat wave warning continues to be in effect in Busan City with the mercury averaging 34 degrees Celsius. And that'll have to do it for this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM Busan 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM Busan 영어방송.
Coming up next is 2 p.m. Reboot with Casey McKeever. BEFM Busan 영어방송.
Do you exercise often? Perhaps at the beginning of the year, many of you set your New Year's resolutions to exercise consistently. But as the months go by, you may not have been able to exercise consistently, or you may even have ended up believing incorrect information about exercise. Well, today, we're going to learn about the right and wrong common sense in regards to exercise. It's Friday, August the 2nd, 2024. My name is Nick. This is 2 p.m. Reboot. Let's get it started. You just listened to Higher Power by Coldplay. Now, Coldplay, the band, and Chris Martin said in an interview that this song originated with them trying to imagine what music might sound like on other planets, and then trying to imagine being those other acts. So we're not thinking of ourselves as being the band Coldplay from England. Now, Chris Martin, who's the lead singer and songwriter, he came up with the title first, Higher Power, but tried in vain to find the melody and the lyrics to go with it. Then one day, in early 2020, apparently the singer was staying at a place where, quote-unquote, the sink was very resonant. I'm not entirely sure what that means, like a sink, like where you wash your hands, 그런 세면대가 있죠. The sink was very resonant, and Martin started playing the drums on the sink and came up with this beat, which he recorded on his phone. Then he went to the keyboard when he had a chance, and the song landed using that sink beat. So Chris Martin actually said, "Thank you to that sink. That's great plumbing." That's classic Coldplay, I guess. Some of the best music is inspired by rather mundane and seemingly normal objects or situations. For example, the Beatles' Strawberry Fields Forever. That's based on a small garden that John Lennon used to play in as a child. So these small, seemingly insignificant things can lead to great music. Well, good afternoon, one and all. Happy Friday. My name is Nick. You're live in the studio in Busan on this extremely sunny afternoon. I looked at my car temperature earlier. It said 36 degrees Celsius. It feels like it. Not sure if it's entirely accurate right now. But welcome to the program. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Dongguan and Noksan areas. I'm your host, Nick. You can also listen to us in Seoul at TBS EFM 103.3 FM and GFN Gwangju at 98.7 FM. The show is also being streamed on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com, search for BEFM or 부산영어방송. And unfortunately, due to music copyright issues, YouTube users cannot listen to the music. I know, it sucks, right? But just turn on the app or listen to the radio or search for the song independently and you'll be able to listen to it as well. We talked about exercise in the beginning, right? Exercise. Is anyone an avid gym goer? There were some interesting findings actually from a survey a few years ago. Now, at the end of the year, a survey of 1,004 adult men and women on the New Year's plan was conducted, and only 28.8% answered that they are steadily keeping. 꾸준히 지키고 있다라고 했습니다. Only 28.8%. On the other hand, 71.2% said that they failed, 실패했다, to comply steadily, and 26.1% that they failed to keep their New Year's plans for less than a month. After that, 14.2% answered that they kept it for about a year, and 9% answered that they kept it until March. So it's very different. Everyone's different. Most people gave up. And I know it's super easy to give up. Finding that motivation is never easy. Well, it's already been 7 months in 2024, so I'm wondering, are you keeping your New Year's plans well? We got some messages coming in. We have Chae Sung Nim saying, "Good afternoon. It's super hot." Good afternoon, my friend. You are absolutely correct. It is boiling outside. I know you live in Pohang, right? So I guess it's really hot there too, but you're a beach city as well. Maybe go visit the seaside. We have Miok Inem as well saying, TGIF, great tacos, plus walking 10k steps, plus Nick's voice equals perfect Friday. Hatta byung byung. That's awesome. Tacos while walking as well at the same time? Or did you eat the tacos and then go for your walk? Nonetheless, I'm totally very jealous. I might have tacos tonight if I can find them. Thank you for messaging in. We got Neil Nim as well, giving us a warning. Lots of saying it's very, very hot outside, and it definitely is indeed. We're going to update you on the current heat wave in just a moment. I'm going to tell you what's coming up in today's show. In hour one, we have Hot Off the Press, trendy music that's been newly released. I'll tell you about the artist and the track as well. And then we have a weekend wanderer, Jeff from Haps Korea. He keeps us up to date with all things happening in and around Busan and Seoul. And then in hour 2, we have Daily List. There is a list for everything, and we're going to find them all. Daily List covers all the lists from the best to the worst. And today's topic is biggest fitness myths that people still believe. So if you think there are certain rumors or myths about exercise and fitness, I'm going to dispel them or prove them true. We also have Friday Spotlight, where we introduce local musicians in Busan or musicians performing in Busan. And today we have a quartet band, which is really cool. 이달현 Quartet. I'm really excited for that. Following that is Perfect Playlist, where we pick the best songs for every situation. And I'll be checking your messages throughout the show. If you want something to text in but you don't know what to message, I'm going to give you some help. We have question of the day, our text topic. 오늘의 토픽입니다. What are some New Year's resolutions you've made this year that have failed? You got to be very honest here. 네, 올해 세운 새해 계획 중 실패한 것은 무엇인가요? What have you failed at this year? I got to think. You see, I'm the type myself. I don't really make New Year's resolutions because I know I might give up. So I just, 저는 개인적으로 안 세우는 게 낫다고 생각해요. But that's just me. Tell me about you. Tell me if there's anything you failed at. Send your messages to pound 9050, 샵 9050, je construis 101, or a Kakao Talk message. Just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. You can also search the same thing on the smartphone app, on any app store. So lots of ways to listen to our song. Listen to our show is what I meant. I'm going to let you know about the current heat wave. Currently, a heat wave warning is in effect in most parts of the country. Avoid outdoor activities as much as possible. And when going out, wear light clothing, a wide-brimmed hat, and carry a water bottle. At construction sites, strictly adhere to safety rules, heat safety rules, such as water, shade, rest, and actively implement the heat wave break time system during the hottest hours. Thoroughly prepare for the heat wave, such as drinking enough water and having short breaks every now and then. I can't stress that enough. If you have symptoms such as dizziness, nausea, or headaches, please find a cool place to rest. Lots of things you have to keep wary of. But we're going to cool you down a little bit with some great music and a great show. We'll be right back with Hot Off the Press after this song, Summer Girls by LFO. Welcome back, everyone. We just listened to Summer Girls by LFO. And listening to the lyrics, you can tell that the singer really has a certain preference on the girls that he likes. Which, yeah, we all have preferences, right? It is now time for Hot Off the Press. So from Monday to Friday, we bring the newest, hottest tracks from the world of music. Now, loads and loads of songs are released every single week, every day in fact. So we choose the best ones that we can, and we introduce them to you, songs that I guess we feel are worth your time. So I'm going to introduce a couple of songs you probably might not have heard because they're very new. Our first song is All Your Life by Nick Ward. Now, following the growing buzz of his 2024 singles Gimme and Shooting Star, the Australian singer-songwriter Nick Ward has announced that his debut album, House with the Blue Door, will be released on October the 4th. To go alongside the album announcement, Ward has shared a magnetic new single titled All Your Life. It's a send-off to the listener that explores themes of nostalgia, bittersweet endings, and his own personal struggle with mental health. The official music video was co-directed and edited by Ward with his twin brother Tom Ward, using Super 8 footage from the 1950s and 1960s that was filmed by their grandparents in Malaysia and Perth in Australia. That's our first song. Our second song is Sink or Swim by One Republic. This song delves into the emotional turbulence and uncertainty that often accompany significant life decisions and relationships. The recurring question, are we gonna sink or swim, serves as a metaphor for facing challenges and the unknown. The lyrics suggest that the tides of life are rising and the fear of going under is palpable. However, there's also a sense of urgency and a call to action, urging the listener to basically jump right in rather than be paralyzed by indecision. This duality captures the essence of human experience, balancing fear with the courage to take risks. And I think both of these songs have pretty good messages. The first song that we'll be going over, All Your Life, touches on important issues like mental health, personal struggles, and Sink or Swim is kind of telling you to have the go-get-it attitude. Don't wait around and be paralyzed by fear. So hopefully you enjoy these songs and find a bit of inspiration from them too. We're going to listen to them back to back. First up is All Your Life by Nick Ward. Second is Sink or Swim by One Republic. We just listened to two songs back-to-back from Hot Off the Press, including All Your Life by Nick Ward and Sink or Swim by One Republic. We have Hot Off the Press every single day, so you want the latest and newest tracks, just listen in at this time. Well, welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Staving off the heat, staying cool wherever you are. If you're walking in your car, please find shelter, turn the air conditioning on, do what it takes to stay hydrated and cool. I want some interaction today, so we've got a few messages coming in regarding today's text topic. I'll remind you of the question quickly. It's, what are some New Year's resolutions you've made this year that have failed? 네, 올해 세운 새해 계획 중 실패한 것은 무엇인가요? 오늘의 텍스트 토픽입니다. Got a couple of messages coming in. We have 희숙님 saying, I've been keeping my resolutions, such as exercise and dieting. That's awesome to hear. It's great when people can stick to them. I guess you're part of that, 28.8% that keeps your resolutions. Well done for not falling into the other 70%, but I know you're quite a diligent person anyway. We also have 8274번님 saying 이번 새해 세운 계획 완전한 실패도 성공도 없다. That's good, right? You know, it's good not to have a failure, even if you don't have a success. You're kind of like me, I think. I don't really make New Year's resolutions, so there's nothing to fail at. You know, kind of playing it safe. I like to play it safe as well. Thank you for your messages. Keep them coming in. We have, let's see here, Neil Nim saying, waking up 5 a.m. Wow. Failed in 3 days. Yeah, that's really difficult. Unless you have work or something that makes you get up, waking up in 새벽 times is nigh on impossible, at least for me. Unless you're good at it, unless you're a morning person. 근데 저는 완전한 이 올빼미형이거든요. I stay up late and I wake up late. That's how I like it. Keep the messages coming into pound 9050 샵 9050 which will cost you 101. A Kakao message to BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean and send us messages for free. You can also search the same things on the smartphone app at any of the app stores. Coming up next, we have a wonderful guest in. We've got Weekend Wanderer and Jeff will be in to tell us all about the city of Busan. We'll be right back. It is now time for Weekend Wanderer, where Jeff keeps us up to date with all things happening in and around Busan and Seoul. Hello!
How you doing today?
How you doing?
I am tired. So I just got back this morning. I was in Phoenix for the week, and I was in Dallas, Detroit, and Canada. Phoenix before that, San Francisco, Bangkok.
Flying around.
It's been about 5 time zones this month, so it's been...
And I
just came back.
Just came back. Yeah, he came back, red-faced, panting, and I was like, "Where did you run here, man?"
No, I was out at the Grand Canyon the other day, and I got a lot of sun. Grand Canyon, if you've never been, put it on your bucket list. It is beyond words to describe. I think you've said you've been there, right?
I went in February this year.
Okay.
But you went to Arizona in this time of year, which must be scorching.
Yeah, so it was 43 degrees.
Celsius?
So, 43 Celsius almost every day. So coming back to here actually feels like a little bit cool for me right now because I know it's sounds strange.
Yeah.
It's the humidity here, but I mean, in Arizona, it's 115 with no humidity.
Right, it's very dry.
It's furnace heat.
Yeah.
But coming back here, you can really feel the humidity. So when I stepped off the plane in Seoul this morning, I was just like, oh, okay, that's a different heat.
It's cooler but wetter and humid.
Yeah. And the thing that happened was, so I left for this trip 3 weeks ago, and the morning that I left, my air conditioner broke.
Oh, man.
And so I had a friend earlier this week. I texted her and I said, could you she actually offered to help fix it, get it fixed while I was gone. I was like, that'd be great. So they told me it would take 2 weeks to get it fixed.
Really?
Yeah. So they said August 8th, it'll get fixed. And I'm like, okay, so that's a week I'll be here with
no air conditioning.
No air conditioning. I got home, I started unpacking them. I just looked at it. I'm like, I wonder if it works. Turned it on, worked. Because I have a smart home, and so I could tell the temperature of my house while I was on vacation.
Okay.
There was 31 degrees in my bedroom, and Yeah, 32 in my bedroom and 31 degrees in my
Celsius.
living room. Yeah,
okay.
in my living room. And I was just like, this is not going to be fun.
Oh, man.
Coming back. But somehow, by
Amazing.
the grace of whoever, my air conditioner worked.
Amazing. Great news.
Yeah, great. That was the best news I've had all week.
It may not be as hot as some places like Bangkok and Phoenix, but Korea is still hot. You were telling everyone to stay cool, stay hydrated. But it's the summer, right? So there's a lot of things to do in the city and around the country.
Absolutely. So let's actually get going with this week's news.
Okay.
Because the first one actually, because there are a lot of people coming here on vacation, whether domestic travelers or international travelers, a lot of people are going to the beaches, and there's actually been a emergency declaration for water safety going on.
Right.
So there's been a lot of jellyfish incidents. There's been several hundred of them, actually. So if you're going to go into the water, be careful of the jellyfish.
Yeah, I was just driving past one of the beaches without sand, just the coastal area, and I looked into the water, and it was just full of these white blobby masses.
Yeah, and they're big.
It's scary, man.
I've seen a few years ago. I saw them actually catch them and bring them on the beach.
Yeah.
And they're kind of disposing them on the beach. They were huge.
They are insanely big.
Yeah. So otherwise, an interesting one. There was a couple of shark sightings.
Right.
Yeah. So they caught a shark on July 4th, and then there was another one caught on July 12th, which was out towards the coast of Yeongdo. So please be careful where you're going. Just if you're wondering where the most stings are taking place, Songjeong had the most with 46, then Gwangali, then Songdo.
Right.
So just be careful. It's the Nomura jellyfish, which are highly toxic, so just kind of really be careful with that.
I guess in Haeundae Beach, they have the large net during the summer, which kind of prevents them from coming in. It's not foolproof, they do get in, but it's a bit safer than like Songjeong or Gwangali.
Yeah. There's actually kind of another very interesting thing that I read this morning. If you go up towards the coast, towards Jinha Beach, the water there is absolutely frigid cold.
No way.
Yeah, there's pockets of really cold water, apparently along the coast. It's 12 degrees Celsius. That's how cold the pocket. So people are going there. They wanted to go in the water, to cool off. And they got in, and it was ice cold.
Oh, man.
So there's these weird pockets of, ice cold water up towards, in Donghae, towards up the East Coast, especially around Jinha. Be careful about that if you're heading on up there. So.
I'd take that over random pockets of warm water.
Yeah.
If you go to one of the beaches, you'll find a few of those. What else have we got on the news menu?
Okay, so the Busan Concert Hall is set for complete construction next month. So this is the one that's located in Busan Citizens Park. It's a 2,000-seat classic concert hall with a 400-seat chamber hall and rehearsal room. So this has been going on since 2016. It's kind of an interesting thing. So it's called Busan's first vineyard-style venue for a concert hall. So what this is, instead of what they call a typical design, so the vineyard-style places the stage at the center, and they have sloping seats surrounding it, which is good for enhancing acoustics and visibility.
Right. Oh, that sounds incredible. I know they were building the opera house. Where was that? In Chinsu-gongwon, I believe it was.
That's in Newport.
That's in the Newport, exactly. Yeah, in the Chinsu-gongwon. But this is going to be just a concert hall.
Yeah,
basically.
so this is actually towards the back gate of Citizens Park.
Okay. I think I've seen construction going on there. I guess that's what it was.
Yeah, so it's been going on for years. So this design is actually quite global. It's getting popular these days. So the Berlin Philharmonic does it, the Suntory Hall in Japan, and the Walt Disney Concert Hall in LA, and Korea's Lotte Concert Hall in Jamsil also does this.
So it's quite an expensive undertaking, this is.
Yeah, and the big thing with this one is the installation of a large pipe organ. So this thing has 4,406 pipes. It was a 3 billion won pipe organ.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's one of the first performance halls outside of Seoul that has this organ. So it's quite something.
You probably get some good Phantom of the Opera performances going on over there, I think.
So this isn't actually opening until next year. It's supposed to open next May, but it's getting completed and something to look forward to.
Brilliant. Some more culture coming to Busan, which is always great. And a place like Citizens Park, which it's a fantastic place to go on a day out. In the summer, if you're not in direct heat, it's a great place to spend the day.
Yeah.
All right, what else have we got?
Okay, for those looking for what's happening with the drone show this month, please note that this week's drone show is canceled due to the Night Race Busan event. So there's no drone show this week. However, for the rest of the month, if you're looking to check out the drone shows, August 10th is Liberation Day themed. August 17th is the Horror Night Festival. August 24th will be Kwangali Sea Exploration, and the 31st is called Magic City Kwangali.
Oh, I know they repeat a few shows, but the amount of creativity that goes into these each week, when you get up close, it's fantastic. You realize how amazing drone technology is these days.
I think it's almost going to replace fireworks at some point.
I reckon so, yeah.
I mean, the drone shows, once they start getting the really big ones, like the 1,000, the 1,000 are kind of becoming normal now, but when you get into the 2,000, they're going to start getting bigger than that.
Yeah.
So they may someday take over the fireworks shows. Who knows?
Who knows? They're in a way, I think they're more interesting to look at, obviously because of the unique shapes, and they don't produce as much residue as fireworks do either.
Right.
So what else have we got? More festivals coming, I hear.
So what's been going on right now is the inaugural Yeongdusan Summer Beach Festival. So this has actually started last weekend, and it's going until September 22nd. So in front of the Yeongdusan Media Park Busan Tower, they've changed it into a Busan-themed oasis with sand and palm trees. And it's a summer festival with a vibrant mix of entertainment and culinary experiences. So every Saturday, visitors can enjoy a variety of performances. So they have DJ sets, hip-hop dance shows, magic acts, jazz band performances, stand-up comedy shows, everything.
And this is a new thing happening in Yeongdusan, is it? Interesting, because I never, ever imagined Yeongdusan to be a place where I think of beach vibes.
Yeah, but that's what they're trying to do. So it's just something to kind of get more people over into that area of town.
Right.
So Jungkook's actually been doing a lot of different things to try and get more people over there. They're also doing a craft beer festival throughout the week and weekends. There'll be food stalls, lots of different foods to enjoy. So they also, if you remember, we talked about it last month, they introduced a 360-degree rotating sky swing.
Oh.
And so, again, more fun things to do if you head out to Yeongdusan Park out towards Nobodong.
Hey, anywhere where there's craft beer and food stalls, you're going to draw a large crowd. I actually find the craft beer scene in Busan I haven't been to England properly in like 10 years, but it beats England. The amount of festivals they have here and the popularity they gain. I would say, Busan has it slightly better here.
Yeah, I was surprised. So like I said, I was in about 4 different cities in the last month or so, and I didn't really see any kind of festivals like the amount that Busan puts out each week.
We're coming for you, Germany. We're coming for Oktoberfest, I think.
Well, they've got that out in Namhae already. So.
Yeah, there you go. Brilliant stuff. So this is definitely something to check out if you want to, if you live in the area near Nampodong, you want to go visit. A great reason to go. We're going to take a quick song break, but then we'll be back with some events for this segment. We're going to listen to a song. This is You Might Think by The Cars. That was You Might Think by The Cars. Welcoming you back to 2 p.m. Reboot. I'm your host, Nick, and we're in the middle of our segment Weekend Wanderer, where Jeff is here in the studio telling us what's going on around Korea and Busan. Welcome back, my friend. We are now going into some events, right?
Yeah, so we're going to check out what's going on this weekend around Busan and around the Seoul area and other parts of Korea. So let's get into what's going on in Busan. So at Busan Citizens Park this weekend, there's a film music concert. We're going to go through the music part first.
Okay.
So the film music concert, so this is actually going alongside the Lawn Film Festival, which is going on from today through Sunday. So if you're looking to sit outside and watch some movies and enjoy some music, head on out to Busan Citizens Park. There's also the Saturday performance of Korean traditional music and dance every weekend at the Busan National Gugak Center. Events-wise, don't forget, we have car-free streets. Even though there is no drone show this weekend, they still have the car-free streets. The Yeongdusan Summer Festival at Yeongdusan Park, as we mentioned. The Namgu Water Play Carnival. This is going on at Yongho Starlight Park. This started last weekend, so this is the second one. So they put up a bunch of water experience things going on in Namgu. At Bexco, we have the Busan Camping and Leisure Show, which got underway today and going on through Sunday.
You know, I think I caught by chance about 2-3 years ago. I went to the camping expo where they had all of the RVs, the camper vans, and I don't know what it is. Something about owning I don't own one, but I really want to own one. I was looking around this expo, just looking at these tents, these caravans, and I've never felt a feeling like it. I just wanted to own one and just travel around the country and just stay in them.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just coming back from the U.S., there were so many, especially, like I said, out towards the Grand Canyon in Arizona. You see so many camper vans and just little campgrounds along the way.
And I see the people who drive them, they're usually of the slightly older generation. You know, they've retired and they're enjoying their life just traveling the U.S. 부럽습니다. 부럽습니다.
So I was actually visiting my brother who lives in Arizona, and the one thing he kept talking about was, I want to rent a camper and drive around like the west coast of the U.S.
Yeah, totally. You know, all of my friends and the people I speak to, generally guys, they say they really want to do this. And then when I talk to their wives are like, and they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
my wife's the same as well. She's like, no way. Maybe one day. All right, what's next?
All right, currently going on right now is the International Robot Olympiad Korea preliminary round, also at Bexco through Saturday. This weekend at the Asian Culture House, there's an event called Fly Beyond Asia into Korea. So there's 15 movies that are being screened under 3 themes, Reconstructing Family, Strange Planet, and Dear Fantasy. So this is going on through Sunday. Also going on at the Cinema Center, there's a retrospective on Jean-Marie Straub and Danielle Huillet. Okay. The Yeongnam Dance Festival still going on through August 10th. As we mentioned earlier, the Lawn Film Festival at Citizens Park. Lots of stuff.
Yeah. It seems there's a lot going on at Citizens Park.
Yeah, this weekend. So, surprisingly, because it is so hot, but there's a lot of stuff going on.
And then when the concert hall is finished, I assume it's going to be mega packed down there.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right, cool. What's next?
The 2024 Korean Heritage Media Art called Meta Heritage is going on at Hyundai Platform, which is the old Hyundai station, also through Sunday. So this is actually, they're making like a bunch of different videos from around the country, and then they kind of put them all together, and it's a good way to kind of check out videos from around the country.
Is it kind of like a biennale kind of thing with lots of different exposés?
Yeah, it's like a little bit of like a miniature biennale.
Oh, that's really cool. All right.
So that's going on. Culture-wise, we have there's actually a Korean-Japanese small biennale, speaking of that, going on at the Living Gallery in Hyundai, where there's a Japanese photographer and a Korean photographer. It's kind of like a unique collaboration going on through August 10th.
It is a unique. You don't often hear of this collaboration. Makes me kind of happy. It's good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Art Museum Busan, which is the huge exhibition going on right now in Yeongdo. That's an ongoing thing. So it features 19 works themed circle. So if you are going to go out there, please be careful because traffic there has been insane. They've started rerouting buses. So public transportation, best way to go if you're heading out towards Art Busan.
Do you
Art Museum Busan.
Do you drive in the city?
I do.
Have you? I do. I wasn't aware until this week. Starting this week, why are there so many cars on the road at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon? And I guess everyone has started the summer vacation.
It's vacation week, yeah.
And it is anytime you go, Saturday, Sunday, or the weekday, it is just insanely packed.
Yeah, I even had trouble getting, like, I usually know when to leave my house to come to the station.
Right.
And I left at the same time. Then my car was having, because I didn't start it for a month.
Yeah.
Was having trouble starting. Finally got it going, pulled out, and then
Stuck
like,
in traffic.
I was hoping I wasn't going to be late. I made it right on time.
You know, one thing I've learned is that, you said take public transportation. Best advice you could give, especially if you're going to one of these places and any of the beaches. These days, if you go to Gwanghwalee or Haeundae's not so bad. There's a lot of parking, but Gwanghwalee,
There's no parking.
it is just impossible to find a parking space.
There is none.
I know. There are a couple of Gongyeong juchajangs, but they're always full. There's always a queue, like, backing up at them. Yeah, good advice. Take public transportation.
Yeah. Also, this weekend, going on in Gwanghwalee Beach, as we're speaking of that. The Busan night race going on Saturday night.
Oh, what? No, is that running race?
Yeah.
Okay. In this heat?
That's why it's at night.
There you go. So humid still.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Cool. What else?
And also at Sajik Stadium, the Twins are in town to face the Giants in the 3-game series.
Okay, any baseball fans, that's good for you. Now, aside from Busan, there's stuff going on in the capital city, right?
Yeah, so let's look at a couple events going on in Seoul. So the DDP Summer Festival is going on through Saturday. So make sure that you don't go on Sunday for this one. So this one, it's operating at the DDP Welcome Center. So it's like kind of they're providing picnic seats, first come, first served basis. There's a 400-meter uphill running challenge. I don't want to do that. But if you want to, go right ahead.
Yeah.
There's a craft beer brewery in the afternoon, a music gala show with Sejong Center for the Performing Arts, and super bad movie screening on the grassy hill.
Wait, you say a super bad, like the movie is called Superbad?
I think so, and if it's the one I'm thinking of, that's a great movie.
The American 2007.
Yeah.
I somehow doubt that'll be playing. I imagine it will be the Minions.
Yeah.
That's what they call it over here, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
So we'll see.
All right.
Through Sunday, so Let's Run Park Seoul, which has like an event every weekend, but this weekend specifically is holding a summer festival. So if you're going to be around Let's Run Park Seoul, you'll want to check this out. So what they have going on is a summer night cinema on the world's largest electronic screen, Vision 127. A lot of different summer programs, summer water splash, summer cool jam event, and a participant giveaway program.
Brilliant stuff. All right, before we wrap up, is there a bit about Andong I see on here?
Andong as well. So there's a cultural heritage night tour going on. It's the Woolyoung Night Tour. This is Andong's representative summer night cultural event, which is taking place in the Woolyeongyo area.
Okay.
So there's performances, exhibitions, and experience and programs using Andong's tangible and intangible cultural heritage. So if you've never been to Andong, it's actually a really cool place.
It is.
Especially with the Mask Festival.
Yeah.
So if you're going to head up there, head up to Andong. Lots of stuff to do.
Brilliant stuff. I've been to Andong once in my time in Korea, and it is almost at the top of my list of places I want to revisit. Beautiful, delicious soju, and great food as well.
Absolutely.
Jeff, it was a pleasure. Lovely to meet you, and thank you so much for bringing us up to date on what's going around this city and the country as a whole, mate.
All right. I hope everyone has a good and safe weekend.
All right. See you later, mate. All right. We're going to finish off the first half here, but don't go anywhere because coming up in the second half, we've got more great segments, including Daily List as well as Friday Spotlight, Perfect Playlist, lots to play for. Remember, we do have our text topic, which is what is one New Year's resolution that you have tried and failed at? It's not, it's not a very positive topic. 그래도 올해 세운 새해 계획 중 실패한 것은 무엇인가요? 오늘의 텍스트 토픽입니다. pound 9050 샵 9050 or a Kakao Talk message. We're going to finish up here with a song and we'll be right back in the second half. This is Are You Gonna Be My Girl by Jet.
부산 영어방송.
혹시 지금 운전 중이신가요? 어린이 교통사고 피해자 수는 지난 3년 평균 약 9만 명. 특히 어린이 보호구역 안전 기준이 강화된 이후에도 어린이 보호구역 내 사고는 지속적으로 발생하고 있습니다. 스쿨존에서는 반드시 시속 30km 이하 서행, 스쿨존 내 불법 주정차 금지, 차량 출발 전 앞뒤 좌우 살피는 습관으로 어린이가 안전한 도시를 만듭니다. 참, 운전 중 휴대전화 사용은 모두에게 위험합니다. 우리 모두를 위한 교통안전, 나부터 실천하면 모두가 안전해집니다. 어린이가 안전하게 뛰어놀 수 있는 부산. 아이 키우기 좋은 도시는 우리 모두의 미래이자 희망입니다. 이 캠페인은 어린이가 안전한 부산을 만드는 은행, B&K 부산은행과 함께합니다.
부산영어 방송에서는 글로벌 허브 도시 부산의 차세대 글로벌 리더들을 위한 청소년 영어 말하기 대회를 개최합니다.
BFM has organized the English Speech Contest for the next leaders of the global hub city, Busan.
전통이 숨쉬는 문화교육 특구, 동래구의 청소년 홍보대사들이 이야기하는 세계 속의 도시로 발돋움할 동네는 어떤 모습일까요?
From the inspiring stories of the final 10 students of Dongdaegu, one of the representative cities in Busan, we can draw the future of Dongdae as well look forward to the bright future of the global hub city, Busan.
치열한 예선을 거쳐 선발된 최종 10명의 본선 대결, 그리고 참가 학생 모두가 함께 도전하는 팀 대항 퀴즈를 통해 지역 청소년들이 꿈꾸는 동네와 부산의 미래를 그려봅니다.
We invite you to the Dongdaegu English Speech Contest with BFM, the finals.
8월 24일 오후 2시 부산교육대학교에서 열리는 부산영어방송과 함께하는 동래구 영어 말하기 대회에 여러분의 많은 관심 부탁드립니다.
This event is hosted by Dongdae District Office and organized by BFM, Busan 영어방송.
The time is now 3 o'clock.
a song right there. That was Kokomo by the Beach Boys. Actually one of their latest songs. And I know people say the best Beach Boys was during the 60s, right? And definitely some of their greatest hits are. But personally for me, I love that song. It just reminds me of summer. And the best thing is just sitting in a beach, maybe somewhere like 해운대, 송정 or 일광 해수욕장에서. You can listen to that song and you just feel like you're on a tropical island. It's great. But this song came together when the music producer Terry Melcher was hired to work on a song with the Beach Boys for the Tom Cruise movie Cocktail, which was in 1988. Now, like I said, the Beach Boys' glory days, they were behind them, and they've been playing fairs and nostalgia shows. They were one of the most popular bands of the 60s. They had a bunch of songs dealing with recreation and fun, which is why they were actually asked to record for the movie. Now, Kokomo is a city, actually. It's not a tropical island. It's in the middle of Indiana in the USA, apparently. And it's also a small resort owned by a certain company. We'll call them Royal Caribbean. And the title was made up. It was supposed to represent all the tropical places and images that people think of when wishing to get away to some paradise island to escape the dreary work life. Now, John Phillips thought the name sounded good, and he wanted to use it for the title. So the Cocktail, the Tom Cruise movie Cocktail soundtrack, it was very successful because Bobby McFerrin's number one hit, Don't Worry, Be Happy, was also on the album. Well, I hope you enjoy that song. There's plenty of great music coming your way. We're live in the studio in Busan on this very, very hot Friday afternoon. Welcome to the program. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Cheongwan and Doksan areas. I'm your host, Nick. And you can also catch us in Seoul at TBS EFM 101.3, GFN Gwangju 98.7 FM. Lots of great stuff coming your way. In hour 2, we have Daily List. Now, there is a list for everything, and we're going to find them all. So the Daily List, it covers all the lists from the best of to the worst of. And today's topic is biggest fitness myths people still believe. That's right, lots of people still believe certain myths. We're going to debunk them, that's the word. We're going to debunk them, prove them wrong. Now we have Friday Spotlight as well following that, where we introduce local musicians in Busan or musicians performing around the city as well. And today we have Idalhyun Quartet. After that, we've got Perfect Playlist, where we pick the best songs for every situation, and I'll be checking your messages throughout the show. Because I've asked you a question, today's question of the day, or text topic, what are some New Year's resolutions that you've made this year that you have failed? 네, 올해 세운 새해 계획 중 실패한 것은 무엇인가요? 혹시 있으시면 알려주세요. It's pound 9050, 샵 9050, which will cost you 101, or a Kakao Talk message. We've got a few here. Let's have a look. We have 4693번님 saying 올해 계획이 뭔지도 까먹었네요. That's the spirit. 아직 몇 달 남았으니까 다시 쉬운 계획 세워서 해봐야 될 것 같아요. That's a good idea. It's July. It's August. Oh, it's August, isn't it? Yeah, it's August. It's been like 7-8 months. It's okay if you forgot. Just like you said, start an easy one and try from here until the start of 2025, eh? We got Miok Stella Yinim as well sending a message saying, I stopped making New Year's resolutions a few years ago. These days, I just try to enjoy each day as it comes. You know what, Miok Stella Yinim, you strike me as a Kokomo kind of person, right? Take each day as it comes. And you were, enjoying great tacos, walking as well. I can imagine you enjoying a lovely beach time, listening to that song and enjoying life, taking each day as it comes. I like your style. We've also got people on YouTube live coming in. We've got Ponim waving in hello. Hello, my friend. 안녕하십니까? 첨소희님 as well saying 안녕하세요. 방송 잘 보고 있습니다. Thank you so much for watching. Send us your messages. Keep sending them in. Keep talking to me. I've got no friends here, except you guys, really. I don't have a duo host. So come make conversation. It'll make it ever ever so much more fun. That's what I was trying to say. Message in at Kakao Talk, or you can search for BEFM, 부산영어방송 in Korean. Send a message to pound 9050, 샵 9050, or a smartphone app as well. Coming up next, we do have our daily list. Before that, we're going to listen to a song. This is All the Pretty Girls by Kaleo. That was All the Pretty Girls by Kaleo, and now it is time for our next segment, Daily List. There is a list for everything, and we're going to find them all. Today's Daily List, like I mentioned earlier, and we were talking about exercise, it's the biggest fitness myths that people still believe. You know, I probably buy into a few myths myself. I hear these stories on the internet or from my friends, and I believe them. So right now, we're going to go over some of the biggest myths and maybe bust them or debunk them, however you like to say it. You've probably heard comments like, pain means your workouts are going great, or compression gear increases exercise stamina. Along your fitness journey, you'll come across a lot of these half-truths and myths from the media, friends and colleagues. And these people, you know, they may mean well, but some myths may do your fitness regimen more harm than good. So how about we bust some of these misconceptions floating around? Here are the biggest fitness myths people still believe. Starting with, exercising before breakfast burns fat faster. Now, the rationale here is that if you've not had anything to eat, your body will burn the fat in your cells for energy. Well, apparently, that's not how things work. The problem is that your body relies on carbs and a fat combo for energy. It'll turn to your muscle stores and fat fragments within your bloodstream, and not the fat in the fat cells to power your workout. So, as a result, you're likely to become lightheaded, hypoglycemic, and dehydrated, and cut back on your workout intensity, or even stop altogether. Besides, your body might try to make compensations by burning less fat once you have your meal to balance the fat levels used while exercising before the meal. So, you can snack on a fruit or low-fat yogurt at least an hour before your first workout of the day. I like how it says first workout. I only do one workout a day max. But nonetheless, if your workout isn't grueling or lasts under an hour, you can go about your day as usual. But if it's a tense workout, consuming milk, whey protein, shake, or fresh fruit within the first half hour after the workout will help you recover well. So that was our first myth, semi-fact, debunked. Let's go to our next one. You need to put in an hour workout to see the benefit, right? How many of you go to the gym and think, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to do 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I'm the same. I'll get there and it gets to 30 minutes and I'm like, 집에 가고 싶다. But then I try to push through. But a lot of people say you need to spend an hour in the gym. Is this true? Because most people believe long chunks of time on a workout equals greater benefits. And then they'll spend at least an hour on exercise. In one study, researchers put participants into two groups. One group exercised for an hour, while the other only put in 30 minutes. Now, the study went on for 3 months, and the researchers found that those who spent an entire hour didn't lose more body weight or fat compared to the participants in the 30-minute group. So, in other words, relative to the energy the hour-long participants expended, the loss in weight or fat was very little. They also ate more, leading to lower weight loss. Interestingly, those who exercised for half an hour per session were more psyched up for physical activity after their workout compared to the hour-long exercise participants, right? If you go in expecting 30 minutes, it seems easy, right? 껌이지, only 30 minutes. But an hour kind of seems grueling, so you get this good mental boost as well. And if you do it for an hour, you feel like you have to eat more, which takes off the benefits. Now, exercise, it's not about putting in an hour or longer. Brief bouts of activity like 30-minute jogs or a few 5-minute brisk walks can offer benefits. The key is to incorporate regular physical activity into your lifestyle, as I'm sure you hear all the time. Now, the next myth that we're going to see if it's going to be debunked is for you weightlifters out there, you bodybuilders. This myth is you don't need extra protein in your diet. Now, most people will tell you that you're already consuming too much protein, especially if you eat animal protein like beef and chicken and pork and stuff, and that you don't need to add any more. Well, your body exploits the protein to build muscles and repair them following workouts. If you exercise regularly, your protein intake may need to go up a notch because workouts like endurance training or resistance training break down muscle protein more rapidly. Regular exercises can consume 1.2 to 2 grams of protein daily per every kilogram they weigh, while those who aren't active can probably do with 0.8 grams. Now, vegan, vegetarian, or other protein-rich foods can cater to your nutritional needs. Protein supplements are just that. Now, they shouldn't supplement actual food, but they should boost your dietary needs when necessary. So, if you're going hard, like they say, go hard or go home. If you're really going hard and going home, a bit of extra protein is highly beneficial. We got some great more facts coming your way very, very soon. We're going to take a song break first and we'll be right back. This is Physical by Dua Lipa. That was Physical by Dua Lipa. How you feeling? Feeling pumped up? Thinking about maybe hitting the gym now that you've listened to that really upbeat song? Hopefully you are. Or maybe it's too hot and maybe you just want to stay at home. I totally can empathize with that. Nonetheless, we're in the middle of our segment Daily List where we are debunking some commonly believed workout myths. We're going to move on to our next one, which is you can eat what you want as long as you work out. I've heard this before. Now, many people think they can chow down on junk food and burn off those calories if they're going to hit the gym later. Working out while ignoring your diet, unfortunately, will take you nowhere. And chances are that you can eat out your workout. Say, for example, you burned I don't know, 500 calories at the gym, and then you ordered a large pizza on your way home. I think like one large slice of pizza, like a New York big fat slice of pizza, is about 700 calories. 한 700칼로리인 것 같은데요. It's a lot. It's a lot, especially if you have it in New York. It's like twice the size. But that's more than you burned at the gym. So it's basically calories in versus calories out, right? It's that simple math equation. That's if your objective is to lose weight. If you're going there to lose weight and maybe slim down a bit, it's all about calories in versus calorie out. And also, since foods aren't the same, calories aren't always interchangeable, right? Meaning that you can't always burn them on your next training session as quickly as you think. That's right, these food calories might be sticking around for a while. Besides refueling your body, refined carbohydrates will leave you feeling hungrier soon enough and reaching for something else. So after a workout, maybe avoid the intense carbs and go for something meaty, especially if you're doing weights. That's a good thing to eat. Now, intense workouts shred your muscles to rebuild them bigger and stronger. But what happens when you consume nutritious bodybuilding foods, like protein-rich foods and not bad meals? When you sit down with that bowl of ice cream, you're not helping your body rebuild itself with the proper tools, and then you also lose motivation to work out and you stop altogether and you become the person who doesn't fulfill their New Year's resolutions. All right, let's move on to our next one. This is a commonly believed one. If you eat fatty foods, like if you eat fats, you will grow fat. I know this is believed by a lot of people. It's that if you're consuming the not-so-good saturated fats that typically appear on fatty cuts of poultry, beef, lamb, pork, or sour cream, lard, oils, cheese, butter, and ice creams, these foods aren't just rough on your weight, they are excess calorie sources that can cause inflammation and put you at risk of heart conditions. Now, unsaturated fats aren't just nutritious. Consuming them moderately may help you sustain body cells. This is unsaturated fats. They can fight inflammation, raise good cholesterol, enhance vitamin absorption, and even reduce the risk of heart conditions. And better yet, eating unsaturated fats helps to reduce your appetite. They're the last to leave your digestive tract, meaning you'll feel fuller for longer, unlike carbohydrates and sugars that stimulate your appetite. Now, this in turn keeps you from frequently snacking, reducing your caloric intake. So, there you go. I think we've got time for another one. I've got a list here. I'm trying to choose the most interesting one. It's quite a lot. Here's one. Okay. I hear this a lot from some of my friends, and I never believed it. I don't know. I'm going to find out as well. Listen to this one. A sweaty workout can eliminate toxins, quote-unquote toxins, right? You might often hear this. You got to sweat hard workout and, flush out the toxins through your sweat. I've heard this a lot. 엄청 많이 들어봤는데요. 근데 사실일까요? I don't know. Let's read on. You're likely to read about these detox workouts, right? And they supposedly eliminate toxins from your body through your pores. Now, it sounds nice. It sounds like a great idea, if only it was that easy. And some research has found traces of toxins, which are heavy metals in sweat. But these perspiration-removed toxins are so low in quantity that you can kind of compare them to a small drop in a bucket. So, sweat is not a reliable form of toxin removal. In fact, the liver and kidneys are. They do this through your urine and your stool. So, sweat's not going to remove those toxins. Your liver and kidneys are, so keep those healthy. Drink lots and lots of water. So sweating is actually all about temperature regulation. We can't, however, discount the roles of exercise in toxin removal, and helps the process by keeping your liver and kidneys in optimal condition. So I guess in a byproduct kind of way, exercise will help. It's just not the sweat itself. Very interesting, right? I kind of thought this. I always thought it was codswallop, which means baloney, which means not true. I always thought it was that, but now there is actually evidence to back it up. Lots of interesting stuff. Was there anything there that you were surprised by? Let me know. That was today's Daily List, debunking some common beliefs and myths about exercise. The time is now 3:28 in the afternoon. We're going to take a little song break and then we'll be right back. This is Tonight Tonight by Hot Shell Ray.
Uno, dos, tres.
We just listened to Tonight Tonight by Hot Shell Ray. Welcoming you back to 2 p.m. Reboot. If you're just joining us now, where have you been for the past hour and a half? I'm kidding. Welcome to the show. My name's Nick. I'm taking over Casey while he's away. We're now moving on to our next segment, which is called Friday Spotlight. This is where we introduce local musicians in Busan or musicians that are performing in the area. So, while this song plays lots of new music from around the globe, this segment in particular focuses on more local bands, local groups and singers, which is a fantastic way to kind of promote the talent very close to us. Now today, we have Idalhyun Quartet. Idalhyun is a jazz guitarist and professor, and Idalhyun Quartet combines guitar, piano, bass and drums. 4 things, right? Quartet means 4 of a musical instrument, a musical group consisting of 4. And we have the 4 instruments right here. They play mellow, delicate, intense and captivating sounds, and people say that you can really feel the charm of jazz through Lee Dal-hyun Quartet. So we're going to take a listen to one of their amazing live performances. It's titled Lady Bird. Now, Lady Bird is a jazz standard. It's an important song in the jazz repertoire, widely known and played by jazz performers. Now, in America, our American cousins, they call it Ladybug, right? 무당벌레. In England, though, we call it Lady Bird, 무당벌레. Yeah, so this is the name of this song. We're going to take a listen. It is Lady Bird by Lee Dal-hyun Quartet. How about some jazz for a Friday afternoon, right? We had 미역스텔리님 really reflecting that, saying 금요일 오후에 jazz 진짜 좋아요. The music makes me want to have some wine and cheese. I totally feel you. Wine and cheese, listening to jazz. What better combination is there? You know, 제가 몇 달 전에 이 리옹이라는 이 프랑스에 있는 도시에 가봤는데요. And I went to this jazz club. Before I went to this place, I didn't really, I liked jazz, but I didn't love it. But I went to this underground, I don't know, is it like a bar, like a studio club? And I listened to jazz for about 2.5 hours, and it was a mind-bending experience. They were so good. The kind of atmosphere was so rustic, small tables, you needed to make a reservation, people drinking, eating, having a good time. So close to the musicians as well. And it changed my perception of jazz, and now I absolutely love it. Great for a Friday afternoon for sure. We've got more messages coming in. Ben Nim on YouTube saying, Happy Friday, where the interaction. Make the interaction, you're starting it, my friend, as well. Thank you for joining in as well. We have 7709 Nim saying, talking about today's text topic, which is asking if you've had any kind of New Year's resolutions that you failed. And they said, 올해 계획. 유튜브 끊고 책 읽기. 근데 잘 안 돼요. 유튜브가 너무 재미있어서 2시간 빨리 금방 가네요. I totally agree. But don't quit YouTube because we're on YouTube as well. Unless you're listening through the app or through the radio, then that's fine. But make an exception for us. And I do sincerely hope that you get to read more books as well. It's a very honest thing to admit. Fighting for next year especially. All right, it is now time to move on to our next segment, a perfect playlist. We have this from Monday to Friday every single day. Do you need the perfect song for the perfect situation? Well, this segment, Perfect Playlist, picks the best song for every situation. In this week's theme, we've been going over songs about the moon. Right, so I remember since Wednesday, I was like, I had this one favorite song. We listened to Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra, Dancing in the Moonlight by, the cover that Top Loader did. And I was always asking for one song. I really want to listen to Moon River by Andy Williams. And lo and behold, today, our first song for Perfect Playlist is going to be Moon River by Andy Williams. Now, this was used as Audrey Hepburn's theme song in the 1961 movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. So Hepburn, if you've seen the movie, it's a classic scene. She's singing the song instead of Andy Williams, but the version used on the soundtrack was an instrumental by Henry Mancini and his orchestra. This version was released as a single, as was a vocal version by Jerry Butler, which also went to number 11 in the US near the end of 1961. Now, this song, because it's such a popular song, has been covered by so many artists, and it became the theme song for Andy Williams, who first recorded it in 1962. It's also a perfect 노래방 song for anyone who is not good at singing or who has a very low voice, so I'd like to sing this one. Our next song, today we're on fire. Today is another one of my favorites, is Space Oddity by David Bowie. Now, Bowie wrote this after seeing the 1968 Stanley Kubrick movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. Now, Space Oddity is a play on the phrase Space Odyssey. That's why I fumbled my words earlier. Although the title does not appear in the lyrics. Now, if you listen to the lyrics, the song tells the story of Major Tom, a fictional astronaut who cuts off communication with Earth and he just floats into space. I can't imagine anything more scary, but also it must be such a transcendental experience. The original was released in 1969 on Bowie's self-titled album, timed to coincide with the moon landing. It was released as a single, and it made it to number 5 in the UK, becoming his first chart hit in that territory. So we've got two absolutely great tunes. We have Moon River by Andy Williams and Space Oddity by David Bowie. We just listened to two great tracks back to back for today's perfect playlist. That was Moon River by Andy Williams and Space Oddity by David Bowie. And that does bring us to the end of today's show. It's Friday. It is a lovely, kind of hot day. The weekend awaits us all. So whatever you're doing, I sincerely hope you have a lot of fun. But most of all, I hope you're safe. Please stay cool. Please be smart in this heat as well. And I'll catch you maybe next week as well. Remember, we do have a highlight show tomorrow on Sunday, so check us out for that. I've been your host, Nick, and our last song today is going to be No Time to Play by Guru. Everybody have a wonderful evening.